One of the terms that we hear a lot about in business, or we may see on social media channels like LinkedIn and other business networks, is this concept of work-life balance. And I must admit that it's a term that I've always struggled with. It's never made sense to me because the idea of a work-life balance suggests to me that work is not part of life, like life is a completely separate component to work. There's something very disconnected there, which has never made sense to me. And it also, to some degree, made it seem like work had to be a battle and we needed to compartmentalize it so that it didn't affect our life, which was the nice bit of existence. And so just the general concept of it has never made sense to me. And I think I like more the idea of just compatible components within our life, whether it's puts this concept in our minds that work is something that we need to do and we need to endure it and it's going to be unpleasant. And so we only want to have a certain amount of that so that we've then got plenty of time to have the nice bit, which is our life part. And I just think that is a really difficult concept to get your head around, like you're trying to separate something that is kind of a single unit or a single composition of time and activities. And I think when you start to consider, the idea of work being part of your existence rather than something you've just got to deal with, then it starts to change the way that you want to structure what it is that you do for a living, whether it's changing industries, potentially changing your career path, or finding the right type of environment that you want to find yourself in so that it's less arduous if that's the case, or taking less out of you. I just found personally that was a really important realization to come to, that instead of trying to separate the two, acknowledging that they are part of a single unit of time and activities, and it's not a case of trying to minimize one to maximize the other, but finding the best way to make them compatible without being too much of a variance in terms of satisfaction, enjoyment, pleasure, and duress. Maybe this is something that you can introduce into your own mindset in order to help you find a good balance between your career and the time you spend outside of your career. But hopefully you may find some assistance in that concept rather than trying to consider the idea of a career and then life being two completely separate components. Thank you for watching. For more marketing tips and updates, keep an eye on our social media channels.